Welcome to video number 4, Standing Postures Part 2. After completing 5 rounds each of Surya Namaskar A and Surya Namaskar B and the standing postures that you learned in the previous video, from Samastitihi we move directly into the next standing postures. So beginning with Prasarita Padottanasana, feet wide apart posture. Inhaling, bring the hands to the hips and step the feet wide apart and parallel. Lift the chest as you inhale and exhale, fold forward, bringing the hands to the floor, shoulder width apart. Inhale again, head up, and exhale, fold deeply forward, keeping the legs strong and straight if possible. Try to touch the top of your head to the floor and even press the top of the head into the floor. The upper arms are parallel. The gaze is at the nose. Breathe deeply. Keep the legs strong, but don't grip with the toes. The toes should be relaxed. After 5 breaths, inhale, lift halfway up, so lengthen the spine with a flat back. Exhale there. Then bring the hands to the hips and inhale, come up. Exhale there. B position. Inhale, reaching through the fingertips at shoulder height. And exhale, the hands clasp the waist. Again, inhale, open the chest, prepare, and exhale, fold all the way forward this time, bringing the top of the head towards the floor or maybe even to the floor. Gaze at the tip of your nose and breathe. 1, 2, firm up the legs. You can spread the sit bones wide. The hands firmly clasp the waist. 3, 4, lengthening through the spine. 5, exhale completely and tone up the pelvic floor in Mula Bandha before the inhale initiates the movement. Inhale all the way up, inhaling as you come, and exhale there. Relax the shoulders. C position. Inhale, reach and extend the arms, and exhale, clasp your hands behind your back, neatly interlacing the base of the fingers with the palms together. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, fold all the way forward as deeply as possible, and then bring the hands away from the body, over the head towards the floor, potentially even to the floor. Don't knock out your elbows, just keep maybe a micro bend there as you stretch the hands away from the body. Breathe deeply. 2, 3, allow the front of the shoulders to stretch, but don't force it. 4, keep drawing in the navel and toning the pelvic floor. Then inhale all the way up and exhale there. D position. Hands clasp the waist. As you inhale, open the chest, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold forward, clasp hold of your big toes. First 2 fingers and the thumb make a loop. Inhale, head up. And exhale, fold forward, head down. So this yogi grip with the first 2 fingers and the thumb is always a neatly arranged circuit, closed circuit of the fingertips to the thumb. So the thumb does not touch the floor here. It's not used as a support. Just touching the fingertips. 5 deep breaths. Nasagra Drishti. You can adjust yourself a little deeper maybe, and engage the legs. Relax the toes, but ground the base of the big toe. Elbows to the ceiling. Then inhale, head up. Exhale there. Inhale, bringing the hands to the waist, inhaling all the way up. And exhale, step or jump to Samastitihi. Utthita Parshvottanasana, intense side stretch. So trying to take the hands in a prayer position behind the back. So if it doesn't work out, you can press the fists together and then roll the shoulder blades back and down, or even clasp hold of your forearms or wrist. Ultimately, we want to get the hands into Anjali Mudra, behind the back with the fingers up and the palms pressing together. So then you can roll the shoulders back, inhaling to lift the chest, and exhaling as you extend your spine along your straight right leg. So the legs are about a leg length apart. Same foot position as the triangle. So the right foot faces straight towards the back of the mat, heels in a line, and the back toes either 90 degrees or just slightly forward of 90 degrees. The right sit bone draws back, the left hip draws forward. Lengthen through the spine and reach your heart to your toes. Eventually you can touch your chin to your shin. Inhale, come up. Pivot on the heels, square the hips towards the front of the mat, lift the chest, and then exhale, lengthen and extend the spine along the left leg. So trying to keep the legs straight, working them towards straight over time if necessary, draping the spine over the leg, reaching the nose to the knee and then the chin to the shin. You can lift your elbows, try to press your palms together or fists as the case may be. Lift the shoulders, lengthen the spine and the neck, heart towards the toes. Left sit bone back, right hip forward. And then inhale to come up, turn the feet parallel, release the arms, and exhale as you step or hop back to Samastitihi. Utthita Hasta Padangustasana, extended hand to big toe posture. So this is a little tricky. The left hand takes the left hip, right hand takes the right big toe with the knee bent, and then you can balance there and straighten the leg as much as possible. If it's straight and you're comfortable, you can exhale to fold forward and bow towards the leg, eventually touching your chin to your shin. It's also an option to stand up straight with the knee bent or straight. Inhale to come up, very tall, and exhale, open the leg to the side. So you can see I'm also demonstrating here opening the leg with it bent. So we're looking for an opening of the hip. Turn to look over the left shoulder. Keep that standing leg super strong. The pelvic floor and abdomen toned up. Inhale, bring the leg back to the center. Exhale, if you can, bow to the leg. Touch. Inhale, come up, release the toe, hands on the hips, toes point. So lifting that right foot as high as you can and pointing the toes strongly. Breathe 5 times. 5 breaths in each of these positions. Exhale the leg down. Samastitihi, other side. Right hand takes the right hip, left hand takes the left big toe, straightening the leg as much as possible and either balancing there or exhaling to fold forward. Try to touch. You only want to fold forward once you're able to balance with a straight leg and an upright posture. Inhale, standing tall. Exhale, opening the hip, so opening the leg to the side, whether it's bent or straight. Turning to look over the right shoulder. This is Parshva Drishti, the side gaze. Super strong standing leg. And strong pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. Inhale, bring the leg back to the center, so in line with the hip. If you can, exhale, fold forward and touch. Inhale, stand up tall, hands on the hips, toes point. Lift that left leg as high as you can and breathe 5 times. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And exhale, Samastitihi. Take a seat with your legs straight. Use your core strength as you exhale to unroll vertebra by vertebra until you're lying flat. We'll do a half bridge posture, so a preparatory back bend. Bend your knees, bring your feet up close to your hips, but a little wider and parallel, so where you can touch them heels with your fingertips. Press into the feet. Use your glutes as you inhale. Press your hips up to the ceiling. So opening the front of the hips. You can clasp your hands together along the mat. Shift the weight from side to side to get the shoulders closer together underneath you, getting the shoulder blades coming together. Press the length of the arm, the upper arm, the elbow, and eventually the wrists into the mat. Keep the neck long and relaxed on the mat as you press your heart towards your chin. The knees reach to the front of the mat, and then exhale, release to come down. You can reset, so the feet are a little bit wider than the hips, up close to the buttocks. Again, use the inhale, use the glutes to lift the hips, so opening the front of the hip flexors. Press the pelvis towards the ceiling, the heart towards the chin. You can use your hands on your low back if you need to support yourself, or clasp the hands neatly together along the mat. Shift the weight from side to side to get the shoulder blades closer together to support the lifting and opening of the heart center. Knees reaching to the front of the mat with the thighs parallel, and exhale, come down. You can repeat that posture if you like, and then hug your knees into your chest and hug yourself into a small ball, so the head as well. Inhale to rock up to a seat, and take Sukhasana, the easy posture or happy posture, a simple cross-legged meditative posture. So if you feel like your pelvis is tilting back in this posture, it's a good idea to sit on a cushion or a folded up blanket in order to prop your hips up a little bit higher so that you can maintain a neutral pelvis with the tailbone down and the pelvic floor toned up. This allows for the spine to lift up along its natural curvature along the vertical central axis of the body. So you can imagine a string drawing up from the crown of the head, but also the back of the skull lifts, so maybe the chin is slightly down. Nasagra Drishti, rolling the shoulder blades back and down, but lifting the heart. Free, rhythmic breathing. After at least 10 breaths there, lie down and take rest for at least 5 to 10 minutes before eventually slowly bringing movement back to the body and coming back up to a seat. So begin to incorporate all of these postures into your practice. If you find that there's a sticking point or something that's a little challenging, maybe that last balancing posture, just continue to work up to that point and then sit in Sukhasana and take rest. Do that until you feel like you've integrated the postures, and then we'll move on to the next video, the warrior sequence and the vinyasa to seated. Enjoy your practice. Namaste.